This video is brought to you by IXL, used by millions of students worldwide to get ahead in math, English, and more.
Can you tell what this is based on this detail? It looks like the tail of a sea animal, right? Maybe a dolphin or a shark? Oh, another detail! The shape of the fin makes me think it's a shark, but I still can't tell what kind of shark it is. Oh, I see! It's a hammerhead shark! Putting all these details together allowed us to see the big picture. We can use a similar approach when trying to find the main idea of a text. The main or central idea of a text is the most important point that the author is trying to make. We can use key details from the text to help us figure out the main idea. Let's try it. Rachel just finished reading about maps, and she learned some great tips. Maps can be used to help people plan their route for a road trip. Maps can also show us how places have changed over time. Some maps even show us the weather in different places. Now that Rachel has the key details, she wants to use them to determine the main idea of the text. Let's help her figure it out. All maps look different. What do you think? Does this capture the main point of Rachel's details? No, I don't think it does. This isn't a good main idea because it focuses on how maps look. But all of Rachel's details seem to highlight how maps are used, right? So this is a bit off topic, don't you think? Let's try again. Maps help people learn about how places change. This one does relate to how maps are used, but it's a bit too specific. It only focuses on one of the key details, this one here, and we want to make sure our main idea covers all of the key details. We're getting closer though. Let's keep trying. Maps are tools that help us in many different ways. Aha! This statement clearly connects to all the key information. It ties together all of the uses for maps that Rachel learned about. Planning a route, showing changes throughout history, and staying up to date on weather. Nice job helping Rachel! Now it's our turn. Let's imagine we've just read a text in science class that includes the following details. A living tree forms new layers of light and dark wood each year. Inside a tree's trunk, these layers form rings that each represent 1 year of growth. The longer a tree lives, the more rings it will build. All right, let's use these details to determine the main idea. First, let's think about what the details have in common. Well, to start with, they're all related to the topic of trees, right? Nice! What other similarities do you notice? These words and phrases tell us that we're not just talking about trees. We're talking about their rings. Specifically, we learned that a tree builds layers of wood, which form rings inside the trunk. But what about those tree rings is important here? Well, with these details, we learned that a tree builds a new ring each year that it lives and grows. That means if we were to count a tree's rings, we'd be able to tell how old it is, right? So, if we put all of these details together, what main idea do we get? Well, it seems like the most important thing the author wants us to know is that the number of rings a tree has tells its age. Great work! When you read, look for the most important idea the author wants to share with you. To unlock the author's big takeaway, remember to pay attention to all the key details in the text so that you walk away with the right main idea. Doing so will help you get the most out of reading.
Head over to IXL.com for more practice on this skill and thousands more videos in math and language arts.